Hi there. Today I'm trying out gouache as a digital artist who hates getting dirty hands. I traded my messy paint sets for the clean, limitless world of digital art 4 years ago, and I loved it. The opportunities are endless, but as a little girl, I always dreamt of getting one of those big painting sets for my birthday. Ever since I was young, I was always drawing and painting, learning everything I could from watching videos. Over the years, I've collected stacks of drawings. When I bought an iPad for work, I left my sketchbooks, paint, and pencils behind. For years, I only drew on my iPad. I didn't want to go back because the possibilities in Procreate are endless. You can test out every medium and making adjustments, adding or deleting things. It's lightning fast. I didn't miss the mess of paint sets either. I never liked getting my hands dirty. Plus, I always felt like I didn't have full control of the brush and the paint. But honestly, like with most things in life, it's just a matter of practice. Recently, when I didn't know what to ask for my birthday, I could hear my inner child begging for a big painting set. So, here it is. I got this painting set for my birthday. 112 colors of gouache from Himi. As you can see, this is not exactly a satisfying unboxing video. I struggle a lot with opening the containers. Sometimes the plastic just wouldn't come off, so I had to cut them open with a knife. Exactly the kind of mess I can't stand. But I set aside my fear of dirty hands and listened to my younger self, who was watching over my shoulder with big, exciting eyes. The colors are absolutely beautiful, and I'm actually excited to start my painting now. I found an old sketchbook I hadn't used in 4 years. decided to divide the page in 3 sections so the project wouldn't feel overwhelming. My brushes, who had been sitting in the windowsill all the time, were finally going to be used again. The iPad always felt a little soulless to me when I'm making art. That's why I decorate my workspace with drawings and paint supplies, just for the atmosphere. I make a quick sketch, but I already knew what I wanted to paint. A few little mountains with flowers in the foreground. That's my favorite scene to draw. I love the mountains. I love hiking through them and admiring them. They are always so big and impressive, and the contrast with the small delicate flowers you find there is beautiful. God made everything so wonderfully, both the big and the small things. I wanted to capture that in one drawing. It always gives me a warm vacation feeling. I was a little nervous to start, unsure how the paint would behave, or if my brushes would still work well, and should I use more or less water? I had a lot of doubts. I really had to silence that voice inside me that was telling me it had to be perfect. I mean, it's my first time painting again, so how could I expect it to turn out perfectly as something I make in Procreate? For my second painting, I started with a background layer first. I'd seen other artists do this on social media and I wanted to try it out. Would it make my paint look smoother? I was a little disappointed though, because the orange tint from the background kept showing through. Plus, I'm not patient enough to wait for the first layer to dry, typically a digital artist. Maybe I need to invest in a hairdryer. I had one goal, the 3 paintings has to match. I think I succeeded with this one, but the third one not so much, but you will see that later. I had a hard time getting clean lines in the flower. I'm not sure if it is my cheap brushes or if I just use too much water or too little water. Or maybe I just don't have the skill. By the time I got the third painting, I felt a little more confident. I had a better sense of how the paint worked, could estimate how much water I need, and had more control over my brush. This time I skipped the background layer and divided my drawing into sections so I wouldn't have to deal with overlapping layers that would mix together. That worked a lot better. I also decided to start mixing colors. I love Himi colors, but they're a bit too bright, a little unrealistic. More neutral colors tend to be a bit duller. So my third painting turned out a little different from the first two color-wise and doesn't quite match them. But oh well, I promised myself I wouldn't judge it too harshly. It's my first time painting again after all. If I think about my 10 years old self, she would absolutely love what I'm creating here. She'd be thrilled and a little jealous, wishing she could paint like this. What a journey! I'm super happy with the results, but more than anything, I'm just glad I picked up my paint supplies again and went for it. Drawing on an iPad gives a more polished result, but there's something so fun about going old school and making mess with real paint again. Are there any other digital artists out there who feel super uncomfortable with paint everywhere? And let me know if you want to see more of this, or should I just go back to my iPad instead? I mean, I find these paintings a little childish, but let me know what you think.